Hello, my name is Dr. Carrington Falk, and today is something that we should all be thinking about, and that is we should be thinking about automation, specifically, teachers' jobs being automated. Even with that, there could be some white-collar desk jobs in districts that, of course, could be automated. I mean, when you think about someone that was gathering data in a district, I mean, what if we had AI to do that? I mean, they'll probably be the first to go. And you could think of other different jobs that could get shaken up. But what about that job of a teacher? What about that job of a teacher? That job where you are in front of students daily, you are providing the instruction. You know, if we have robots, let's say, machines, or just even AI on screens, right, through computers, teaching our students, and we have no humans in there. That's more than taking the humanity away. I mean, that's also taking relationships away. And so that's what I wanted to talk about today is just in the fourth industrial revolution, where artificial intelligence, a host of machines, robots, technologies that have been growing for years, and now their intelligence, this artificial intelligence, is on par with humans, right? And even surpassing it. And people will say that potentially surpassing in many different domains, right? So we're talking about the domain of education. For so many years, it's been human to human, right? You've had a human teacher, human student. Now we're in an age where you don't necessarily need a human there to teach a student. And we've been online for years now. We have learning management systems, look at the pandemic. But it's something different about today. We're living in an age where the question has to be thought about, at least, if not answered, is, are humans as engaging to other humans as much as we thought, especially today? Look at students today. I mean, they can't stay off their phones. They need constant messages coming to them. First thing that they do when they wake up is they're on their phone, right? But you have to ask yourself the question is, are our traditional classrooms where a human is running the classroom and providing instruction, wanting the class to be engaged into everything that they're doing, every activity, can we still do it? So we want students and everyone and teachers to thrive in the fourth industrial revolution. As educators, we need to be able to outlast automation. And that's the concept I just want us to think about. And outlasting automation isn't just outlasting it for a time period. It means outlasting it for the foreseeable future. And so we're going to talk about today some strategies, some tips, specifically an educator's guide to the fourth industrial revolution, where I'm telling you this technology is not going backwards. It's just going forward. And so when I talk to educators, I talk to them about developing a unique skill set. And we're talking about a unique skill set. That means blending, let's say, marketing skills. It could be branding, speaking. You're blending in relationship building, your creative thinking, all these different things. You're building a unique offering that you could bring to any organization. So when you have these unique skill sets, you also need to see how they complement the technology. So I don't want to get away from technology. I'm not trying to make it like we need to just be humans against technology. It's really not that. You're being collaborative with the technology. People that are able to work with the technology but still have those human skills, and not only human skills but still tech skills, right? To be able to work with the tech. So you have to still have tech skills, but you need to build your human skills that are going to also complement the tech, because the tech is still not where it's hoping to be. We're not at artificial general intelligence, AGI. We are at artificial intelligence. This is actually the most primitive it will be. We'll look back today and be like, man, ChatGPT was so primitive. Look where we're at today, right? We did that with the cell phones, right? Look at the first cell phone, even the first iPhone to the iPhone we have today. It's one of those things that you're gonna see it go forth. And we drill down on developing a unique skill set. Remember that it's gotta be a combination of tech skills and human skills, right? Essential skills for educators. So relationship building is still going to be key, because there's going to be, I believe it's definitely going to be a curve where people, they're not going to trust a robot teacher as much as a human teacher. I want to show you a Bible verse, and this is Proverbs 2:10. And if you read down there, it says, "For wisdom will enter your heart, and knowledge will be pleasant to your soul." And when we think of wisdom entering our heart, it's very important to have wisdom and knowledge, especially when outlasting automation. I mean, if you think about it, we've been outlasting automation for years because there has been new technologies that have threatened our human jobs and our human work. And so, you could look at it as this is no different, but it is different in the sense of artificial intelligence. We haven't even discovered many things of the human mind, right? If you look at it, we need to be innovating with our own minds, and we need to be innovating our own thoughts. And so look at artificial intelligence. It's coming in competing against that. We don't even know all of what we have. That in itself makes you really need what I have for you. And that's the Thought Innovation Checklist. 10 questions for creative educational leaders, because you're going to read these 10 questions and it's going to help you get you on the road to innovation, to that wisdom and knowledge. And that's what we need in the fourth industrial revolution. This is the first industrial revolution where students are literally leaving high school, leaving school, even in college, and they're competing against not only humans, but robots and machines and our AI as well. Like, I'm telling you, it's different. It's different. Many of you guys hearing this and watching this, you know what I'm talking about. We came out of high school, it was just human versus human. And it's different now. It's different. If machines, AI, they're taking our jobs, well, that gives us more time to be leisure, to where, all we do is just travel. And you could say a lot of us do that today. But if the work goes away, what are we going to do? These are some skills as we prepare students for the future job market. It's tough to do that sometimes because you don't know what jobs are going to still be there. You also don't know what jobs will be created. And so it's very important to just have that wisdom and knowledge. Going back to Proverbs 2:10, right? That wisdom and knowledge, because you need to have it in this future job market, because you have to be able to see here and be thinking here and bring that together, converge it. And sometimes you need to pivot and you got to learn a new skill and get a new certification. You got to be prepared. And so that's something we need to be teaching students and educators. And, that's why I'm talking today, because it's not just about students, it's about us too, right? We are being automated right now today. Look at all the districts everywhere, right? They're looking for teachers. They're literally looking for teachers. And so what do you think they're gonna do to solve that problem? People in admin, they're looking for an answer to that problem. There's not enough people for the need. What if somebody had a solution? What if there was some autonomous robot teachers that districts could buy, and they could be in the room, and they could do your classroom management, all that stuff, everything, grading. They set up your Blackboard, learning target, all that stuff. Talk to parents. Know exactly what your student's grade is. Know your student's learning patterns. Know how your student thinks. Know exactly the tone and emotion to talk to your student in. It just goes on. And what if that same robot could be updated the next year with just better technology? The thing is that we're under attack. Educators are under attack. And if you aren't feeling it, then you may not be close enough to it. The thing is that students need to focus on finding those skills that machines are finding challenging. And that's what we need to do as educators too. It's because when we're talking about this, it's a 360 view. The same things I'm talking to students about, I need to think about as well, right? I need to say, hey, well, what are some things that a robot educator couldn't do? And you kind of want to major in that or be looking to bolster that. That's what we have to do in the fourth industrial revolution to stay competitive. Just what we're talking about here on Road to Innovation. We're literally bolstering our creative skill. It's those creative and critical thinking skills that are going to be the most valuable in this fourth industrial revolution. So we have to be able to adapt, and we have to be able to prepare ourselves and students for this workforce. There are teachers all across the US and the world that are really great at using educational technology and any technology. They are really true leaders when it comes to tech, and you may be one of them, right? But I actually think it's kind of sad that we have to be able to do that to that degree, because I'm the same way. I've always been good with tech. But, it comes to a point, it's like, why do I have to know all of these technologies, right? I'm becoming more of the robot. Just think of it. We're becoming more of the robot. We're learning these skills that are more tech skills. Tech should be doing these things. If you're good at spreadsheets, it's kind of like, well, we got AI for that, but if you're really good at it, it's almost like you're a robot. You're able to enter data, and if you're good at other technologies, you become one with the technology. We have to do it, but it's kind of sad we have to do it. And at some point, and here it is, we aren't going to be able to do it. And this is what I'm talking about. We could put up the fight. There's going to be some, top 2 to 5% of educators are going to be able to really grasp that technology. It's not going to happen for most people, and that's going to be the tipping point to where we're going to let the tech do it. We're just going to let the tech do it, because we're not going to be able to find enough humans that can interplay with technology like that. So when we're using this technology in the classroom, we need to integrate technology while still prioritizing that human interaction. I'm telling you, it's going to still be the relationships. It's almost like it's still the bread and butter things as an educator. Relationships, community, still talking with parents at home. Because think about parents. They probably they're fine with robocalls, but are they going to be fine with a machine calling them, a robot calling them? They would like humans better. There'll at least be a human that's supervising this whole thing that they're going to want to still hear from. We need to prioritize human interaction and connection. We also need to be continuously updating our skills, and I talked about this earlier, but it will be the wisdom and knowledge. Remember that? Wisdom and knowledge that will help you to evolve your skills in the educational landscape, because you're going to have wisdom and knowledge as you're looking to outlast automation and still be in education. Of course, you have those people that are going to get out, but we're talking about still being in education. So to conclude, I want to conclude with just summarizing some key takeaways from what we talked about today in outlasting automation in the fourth industrial revolution workforce. Because educators, we are in the workforce. Remember, you got to be someone who can blend those tech skills and human skills. You got to be able to have them. Even more so today, you have to be able to blend the two. I want to encourage educators to embrace lifelong learning. Because when you're learning for a lifetime, that means that you are able to adapt and thrive in dynamic situations within education. You're able to be like water in the landscape, be able to be dynamic. This is a future that's going to be shaped by automation and AI to reach students from all over the globe. We're going to be able to do it. Potentially holograms and time travel. It sounds crazy, but the thing is that it won't be. If you would show someone 200 to 300 years ago what we're doing today, they would think that we're like magicians and warlocks. They're like, what is this black magic that you're doing with this iPhone here? What you call it? What is a phone, right? They wouldn't even know what the internet is, and they would think it's crazy. And that's what we'll think sometime in the future. People, if you would look at, let's say, where we'll be 30 years from now, this will be primitive compared to where we'll be 30 years from now. Guys, thank you for being here with me today. Thank you for being here for this session as we talked about how to outlast automation as an educator. Hope that it blessed you on the road to innovation.